Hi, my name is Bill Hitchcock, and I just want to run through a few things to do some Excel basics. Make sure everybody kind of has a starting point and understands some of the terminology that we use when we're working with some of these videos. What I've got here is a blank sheet, and up at the top, we've got the title bar, and these are things that are pretty much standard on all the different Windows applications. But you can see there's the title bar. It's got my name up at the top. There's the minimize button, the restore or maximize button. There's the close application button. And then we can also just kind of close this particular sheet as well. Next below that, you've got the different tabs. So for instance, there's the file tab, there's home, insert, page layout, formulas, and notice while I'm clicking on all of those, you'll see that this gray bar here is changing, and that gray bar is called the ribbon. So I'm going to go back to the home tab, and underneath that, on this ribbon, you can see there's an area that's called clipboard. Here's font, alignment, number, styles, cells, and editing. Those are called groups. So we've got all these tools that are part of that ribbon that are part of a group. So for instance, if I'm asking you to do something or saying here's how we do this in Excel, we'll click on the page layout group, or I'm sorry, the page layout tab, look in either the themes or in this case the page setup group, and then click on the print titles tool, and we can pull up a dialog box that has some different options for page setup. So close that up, go back to the home insert or the home tab, and that's kind of normally where we start out. That's where we're going to do most of the formatting and so on. All right, going a little bit farther down, the next thing that we have is this area. This is called the name box. And the name box tells you whatever location you happen to be on your spreadsheet. So it tells us what the cell address is or the cell reference. So I happen to be in cell A1. It's the column and the row that's telling me where I'm at. And we can change some different things in the name box if you have some different cells. For instance, if I click on cell C3, you can see in the name box it tells me that we're in C3. Next, we've got if you want to exit out of something that you start typing in, if you want to choose it, and then finally the insert function button, the f of x button, the function of x button, and then we've got the formula bar. So here's where we can start typing some different things in if we want to edit something that's in one of our cells. Or just click on one of these cells and start typing. All right, right below all those, we've got the columns that are going across here. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. I can see through column M. That's just because down at the bottom here, I've got this zoomed up to 150%. Going down along the left hand side, I've got my row numbers. So you can see I've got 14 rows that are displaying. And then the intersection of a column and row is a cell. So we'll start moving around here. I'm just using my arrow keys to do that. And we start cursoring down. And you can see I no longer see row 1 anymore. I'm down to row 16. And here's row 29. And I'm going to just go back up to the top. I'm going to hold my control key, hit the home key once, and I'm back up in cell A1. All right, a few other terms, and then we'll wrap this one up. Down at the bottom, you can see I've got some different sheet tabs. So this particular workbook, Demo XL1 Basics 2020, has got a documentation sheet, the blank sheet that we started out working on. Here's some of the specifications and some other data that we're going to be working with shortly. So we'll go back to the blank sheet and we can choose all those different sheet tabs. Down at the bottom here in the lower left hand corner, you can see it's in ready mode. So that's our status indicator. Tells us if we have something going on or not. If I start hitting some keys, for example, if I hit my end key, the END key, you can see it's now in end mode. If I hit it again, it turns it off. If you hit your numlock key, you can turn that on and off. And scroll lock, caps lock, all of that, those are all different statuses that we would see showing up. So there's just a few of the terms. Kind of get used to working with those things, and next video we'll take a look at some of the specifications of Excel.